7 out of 10, the movie's good, you can click off the video now, bye. But I do have a lot of things to say, so here are my thoughts. The biggest shock of this movie is that they made Sam Wilson actually cool. Let's be honest, he always sucked right from the beginning. His sole purpose was to make bad jokes and be the underdog. Every time he comes on screen, I get that slight sense of irritation because he'll never be as good as the other superheroes. So coming from someone who thought this is the lamest superhero in the entire franchise, he is the best part of this entire movie. His arc is quite simple yet effective. I love how the movie recognizes how he has to prove himself. Living up to Steve Rogers are huge shoes to fill, and so to watch him rise and genuinely become a worthy successor to Captain America was very fulfilling. But they also maintain a message to be yourself rather than pretending to be someone else. Yeah, sure, it's a simple message, but it was effective enough to make me like Sam Wilson. But then they realized that they don't have an annoying Falcon anymore, so they added a new Falcon. And god damn it, he sucks. I feel like the Falcon is just inevitably really annoying and boring. Going back to Sam Wilson though, one of the reasons why he's become so cool is the action. Oh my god, is that an upgrade. I've been on record saying that the MCU overall has some pretty lackluster action. Sometimes we have a mad titan throwing a whole ass moon at the Avengers, but more often than not, it's just some lame ass karate without any style to it. But in this movie, the shield is incredibly aerodynamic, his suit got a massive upgrade, and not just because it's now made of vibranium, but also because he feels extremely quick. He breaks the sound barrier a couple of times, and it's so sick. Also, this movie turned into a mystery for a while, and low-key, I was loving it. I was genuinely intrigued as to see who was behind all the chaos. The buyer, as they call it, was attempting to create distractions the whole time. Plus, Sam Wilson wasn't even meant to do any of this detective work, but he's a genuinely good person who went against the president's order in order to save his innocent friend. It was great. But not only did this movie turn into a mystery, but also a political thriller. I mean, the last time Marvel dealt with politics, it was pretty bad in Civil War 9 Man 2, but they did a great job here. I gotta admit, I was pretty concerned for America's safety. You guys can shit on this movie all you want, but one thing you gotta admit is that they tried something different with this movie. And in my opinion, it paid off. Although Gustavo Fring is in this movie, he's really cool when he's on screen and was setting up to be a great villain. But then he just stops being cool and is just straight up kicked off the movie to make more time for the other villains, who by the way, are also not great. As usual for a Marvel movie, there's some dumb shit. So from here on out, I'll be revealing some spoilers. So click off the video if you haven't seen the movie and you still want to see it. I just gotta say that the Red Hulk is very underwhelming, but not because of the action or character. Harrison Ford gives a pretty good performance and I love how unpredictable he is. One minute you think he's gonna convert to the Hulk, the next minute he's a manipulator, and then all of a sudden he's becoming a wholesome father. He gets a lot of screen time and I actually really enjoyed it. The problem is once he turns into the Red Hulk, he gets like no screen time. His fight scenes are really cool. I've always been a huge Hulk fan, mainly because of those animated Hulk films I watched as a kid. He's always been so underwhelming in the MCU and they never really showed off how strong the Hulk actually is. For a good minute, I really thought they'd replicate Hulk's powers in this movie. And they kinda did, but in a very, very short period of time. And then he got defeated way too easily. I really thought that there would have been a second phase to the fight. You know, at least 5 more minutes before his daughter shows up and calm him down. But nope, Sam Wilson of all people is the one who releases his anger. Someone who Ross openly dislikes for the entirety of the movie. I'm sorry, but that's just so dumb. I mean, maybe they thought the daughter card was too predictable, so they changed it last minute, and it just made the movie worse. I swear, this movie has a Spider-Man 3 problem where they had way too many villains. They're all fighting for each other's screen time, and so they all end up going out in the most underwhelming way imaginable. If you remove Gustavo, the new Falcon, and that one scene where they're making bad jokes on the way to the White House, and replace it with a longer Hulk fight and more character development for the brain guy, this movie would have been so much better. But they definitely got one thing right. Best scene of the movie was when Bucky showed up and helped Sam. He was seriously doubting himself, saying Steve Rogers made a mistake by choosing him as the new Captain America. However, Bucky is really showing friendship goals, and tells him that he wasn't chosen for his strength, but because of his mentality, leadership, and desire. I really like that scene. Good job, Marvel. Please do more scenes like this rather than dedicating an entire scene to make an unfunny joke that nobody asked for. Good movie, a lot better than what the reviews are saying. I'll be honest, I'm not particularly surprised that the reviews are kinda harsh. There are definitely some problems with this movie. However, relative to my low expectation, and also because Marvel did something so different that I thought turned out really well, I'll be honest, I kinda like this movie. I'm glad it exists. So, I'm maintaining 7 out of 10, and out of all the trilogies and franchises, I still think it's the best. Just slightly ahead of Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you guys for watching. I'm reaching so close to 500 subs. If you're interested in this type of content and drop a sub, I'll love you guys so much. I do movie reviews whenever they come out and weekly movie topics that have turned into interesting movie discussions in the comments, which I've been absolutely loving. Also, this movie is better than Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay, bye!